YouTube, welcome to a brand new series on this channel, and what might actually be my first upload on this channel depending on how I want to schedule videos and stuff. But today we're playing F1's My Team Career. It's brand new. I know a little bit about it, but just want to do kind of like a playthrough kind of style of a video. And I think we're just setting up like the basic stuff, like our characters.
Let's get this team up and running. The first thing we need to do is register a team name and bring in some important partners.
Okay, so we're just like doing the basics of our team. Team name. Let's see. How about Carter F1 team? Almost like a household name, like a Williams or a McLaren. Just using the last name.
Now, let's choose our primary sponsor for this season.
Alright, sponsors.
Some sponsors offer a larger signing bonus up front. Some offer more weekly income. The better we perform, the more our level will go up as the team gains more acclaim. Doing this will increase the income from our sponsors.
Got it. So it looks like all the way to the right is the biggest signing bonus, but it looks like their goals are the hardest. So earning 25 championship points, that's gonna be hard to do considering like we're gonna be one of the worst teams on the grid, if not worse. The worst, I mean. Honestly, Shark is looking the best as our main sponsor. I think we can at least finesse 5 constructor championship points. Like, just depending on like a safety car or the weather. Like, I think that's definitely doable. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Shark for that.
Going anywhere fast without a power unit. So let's sign one of those now.
Power
Obviously,
unit.
The better the performance and durability, the better. But be careful about spending all our cash. We're going to have people and facilities to invest in as well. Power unit suppliers will also provide upgrades throughout the season at no extra cost.
I'm probably going to go ahead and stick with Honda here just so we can save some money to upgrade facilities or sign a better driver eventually. Just going to go with Honda to save some money.
We're not much of a team without a second driver. Let's sign a teammate. Here
All right,
are the
let's do
drivers
it.
interested in joining our team. Look at their stats and pick someone you think can get us good results, as long as we can afford them. Oh, and we renew contracts every few races, so you'll have plenty of chances to sign someone else should the need arise.
Cool. Okay. So I'm pretty sure some of these guys are F2 drivers, but just by the names, I couldn't be wrong. I'm probably going to look around the 1 million price range, and Dorian's honestly looking the best here just because his pace, and I'm getting the most bang for my buck. I'm not spending the most I can, but kind of middle of the line. I think I'm gonna go with Dorian.
This power unit supplier and teammate. Go ahead and confirm if you're happy.
All right, so we're positive. We're positive 1.6 mil.
Let's select or edit the livery we'll be running this season. We can add more sponsors to the car as we sign them throughout the year. And don't worry, we can edit our look at any time from HQ.
Alright, so I've been kind of messing with liveries and like overall team design, as you can see by my like uniform, and I think that's called like the little logo you have. I'm not sure what that's called. So I've kind of already got livery picked out. It's kind of like we got the main sponsors, we got the main Shark sponsor, but none of the like the secondary ones, just because we don't have those unlocked yet. So main reasoning for green is just trying to be different, trying to like separate us
Now we need a badge
from the rest
for
of
our
the
team
teams.
branding. Select an existing badge, edit it, or create one from scratch.
Yeah, team badge. I've kind of already messed with this. I think this is just really clean, really sharp.
Last but not least, we need to pick team colors for the rest of our branding. You'll see these colors throughout HQ.
Alright, let's go with team colors. Obviously, we want to make our primary this green, brighter green. We'll go black as our secondary and white as our kind of last color.
Great. That's everything we need. You can go back and edit anything we've done so far, and we'll come back here.
Alright, heading into our team headquarters, so let's get it. Looks like we got it. Oh yeah, this interview, okay.
Okay, we're live in 5, 4, 3.
Hello folks, and welcome to the HQ of Formula One's newest team. We've been invited backstage to gain an exclusive insight into what could be one of the most exciting entries in the sport for many years. Now, we've seen a number of new teams enter the sport over the last decade, amongst their number Manor, Caterham, HRT and of course Haas. And while some have proved to be successful, others have morphed into different teams and some have disappeared completely. What marks this team out, though, as being something different is that its owner is also its driver. Now, there's a rich history of that in Formula One too. Sir Jack Brabham, John Surtees, Graham Hill and Bruce McLaren all drove their own cars in the sport, but it has become increasingly rare in recent years. What's very special about this team, though, is that while the team itself is new to Formula One, so too is its driver and owner.
Whatever happens this season, you've already made the history books. Tell me, do you feel up to the mammoth task of both managing and driving for a Formula One team?
I'm thinking about taking the humble approach to this question. I know all these answers are going to affect like morale and team acclaim, so I have to like pay attention to my answers. So I'm gonna take this like humble approach to this question.
Every team needs 2 drivers, but what was it that drew you to your teammates?
Let's see, what should we go here? Honestly, I'm just gonna go with saying they're the right fit for the team. That shouldn't hurt anything.
No one aims to finish bottom of the table. Who's the team you're aiming to beat?
Safe bet, let's go for Williams. But based on how I've seen other people play, we're gonna upgrade our car relatively fast. So maybe we can go with like AlphaTauri or Haas. We'll go with AlphaTauri.
How are you expecting the car to feel out on track?
Okay, these questions. I know I can really boost some like departments here, so I'm gonna like target like the aero and like chassis departments. So let's see if we can find those answers. Chassis balance is incredible. Let's go with this one, which will boost our aero.
The other teams now have years of experience, both on and off the track. How are you planning to catch up to them?
There doesn't seem to be any other departments I can target besides the power units, so I'm gonna go with that. Powertrain.
Overtaking is a key part of this sport. How have you ensured that your car can take advantage of each opportunity that comes your way?
Let's give some love to the chassis.
And finally, which of your new departments are you most proud of?
Again, I'm gonna try to keep the aerodynamic department the happiest right now.
Well, that's about all we've got time for here. We will see how this fledgling team fares in its first Grand Prix.
Okay, great, thank you. That's a wrap.
Cool, that was not too bad. Hopefully I didn't screw things up already. Okay, so we're on our main screen here. I've messed around with this a little bit, so I kind of know what I'm doing. I think the first thing we need to do is set up our activity timeline. So our car reveal is on the 6th, so we have to spread some stuff out. Okay, so this merch shell is actually going to help us with money, and this is like a 5-day window, so I'm going to put our merch sale from the 7th to the 11th right here. And we will put, what should we do? We have enough for a 7-day thing, 7-day activity. So this will boost our second driver, and this will help with department morale. Honestly, I might go with this aero and chassis focus. That's gonna boost our aero and chassis department morale like significantly. 50%, yeah, let's do it. And then that'll be all of our time used, I think. There's no 2-day thing, so yeah. So we got our departments here. So aero, chassis, personnel, powertrain, durability, and marketing suite. So we can't. We have about 1.6 million spending. I'm not gonna waste that on. I'm not gonna waste that on my second driver because he's probably gonna get replaced eventually. I think the smart thing to do is just save this money. Alright, let's spend some R&D points. So I think we'll get this overall what is this, a gearbox durability upgrade? Yeah, I'll go for that. And then we'll get 500. Which I think is not enough to do anything. Alright, sweet. Alright, let's advance time here. So we got money. There's our activity done. Let's go to our car reveal. Ooh, looking clean. Yeah, that's looking nice. I can't wait to put some like secondary sponsors on there to really fill it up. So we got some more. We got about 1.1k R&D points. Let's see what
this is probably what I'd
Carl is named. See what he recommends. I'm so down to keep pushing on with the aerodynamics. I think that's gonna really help us out. Looks like we're about midfield and aero, about the same for powertrain. The chassis is kind of lacking, so we probably have to focus on that later. It's back to advance some time, get some more money. Another 50k. We got about 2.5 million. I'm gonna wait. I don't think I have enough anyway. Alright, let's get off to Australia.
Hey boss, this is Jeff. Just wanted to say thanks for trusting me as your race engineer. I won't let you down. The car is ready to go, but it's brand new of course, so there may be a few issues here and there. We'll be keeping a close eye on all the data.
Sweet, reunited with Jeff. It's good as always. I'm not going to bore you guys too much with practice. I hate when other people do that, especially when I'm watching Formula 1 on YouTube. But I think this is a good opportunity to... Hold on, let's listen to the motor fire up for the first time.
A bit like a rubber out on track. Try to take it easy for a couple of laps.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. So, back to what I was saying. I think this would be a good time to kind of like talk to you guys about some stuff. One, I'm playing on the controller, so I can't be as accurate as I would be on the wheel or anything. And I play with like the racing lines on my corners just to help me with the apexes. I've been playing like F1 games for 6 or 7 years, but really haven't put enough time to really like really nail any nail like perfect apexes of the corners. That's what made a great example out of going off the track right there. And then a lot of the series I think can just be like the viewers or more knowledgeable viewers, people that know what they're doing, can really help me out. I don't think I'm a noob to the game. I know my way around Formula One. I've been playing it for a long time. I've been watching for about the same amount of time. But just in general, like playing on a
just
controller.
want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. We monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window. Surface temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel for how to control them.
Yeah, Jeff, thanks for interrupting, as always. But I'm not going to bore you guys any further with practice, unless I, spin out again. I'm sure I'll let you guys see that. But, see you in qualifying. We are here for qualifying at Australia. Let's see what we can do. See if I can get out before anybody else. I'll just do drive out.
Car leaving.
See if we can be the first one on the track, first one to set a time. I don't expect to make it out of the first qualifying, but we'll see what we can do. See if we can get some early track position, maybe not be on the last row. That'd be nice. I think I gotta work on my pit release too. This out lap, we just gotta warm up the tires, get ready for a run at qualifying. And eventually we gotta make some space between me and George Russell. I think at the beginning, like I said at the beginning, Williams are gonna be neck and neck with us. But looking at like the R&D department, we're at the bottom of like the midfield. I think we're better than Williams and better than AlphaTauri at everything. The challenge this season is just going to be making our way up the grid and hopefully earning some points. I'll be satisfied if we can get a handful of points this season. Alright, let George go, try to create some space so he's not gonna hold me up for this qualifying lap. Alright, fuel mix is max and run hot lap, sweet, let's do it. I think I'll be later on the brakes there. Should have created more space to George. So we're right here with him now. He's gonna slow us up. Come on, George, get out the way. Thank you. Missed that apex and corner cut that in the next turn, so definitely better laps I can be doing. Gonna have to probably return to the garage to get more fuel. I'm not gonna have enough to do another lap and get back, so yeah, next lap out, try to get away from traffic and then we can do a better lap. But what's that? That's a 125.1. Yeah, there's room for improvement. Let's do it. Alright. Turn the engine back up and get ready to do our last lap of qualifying. Gotta nail this corner so we can have a good run out to start of our time. I think that's a pretty good start right there. Yeah, we're losing seconds already. Hit the DRS. Wait on the brakes. About 6/10 up right now. My worst two corners of the whole track, which is not too bad. I didn't do too bad right there. There's more time to gain there. Obviously, I need to work on that. But we're about 6/10. Oh, we're about 7/10 going in that corner. Just keeping an eye on my delta. The wall, which really screwed us up. We ended up not doing a better lap. P19 to start the Australian Grand Prix because bad into the lap right there and hit the wall. We could have been up like 7/10, so that would have been, let's see. Yeah, that definitely could have been P18 for us. But about a 10th above our teammate. Not too bad. Started P19 and we're not last row, so feeling optimistic for the race.
No more testing, no more practice. This is the real deal. And it's make or break here at Albert Park, home of the Australian Grand Prix since 1996. And home to round one of this year's
Jesus
Formula
Christ
One
is
World
making an
Championship.
appearance.
Just south
Formula
of Melbourne's downtown business centre is the one and only Albert Park circuit. 3.3 miles of public roads, closed for the weekend of course, make for a bumpy circuit with little undulation. There are 16 corners around the lake and a couple of good passing opportunities here as well, thanks in part to the DRS zones into turns 1, 3 and 13. Can Mercedes start with victory in their bid to win a 7th consecutive Constructors' title? Could Ferrari or Red Bull establish an advantage early on? And with 22 cars on the grid, how quickly can the new team find their footing? Well, it's great to be back, Anthony Davidson. We've got a lot to talk about this year.
That's right, Crofty. It felt like a long winter, but it's good to finally be back. I have to think the usual suspects will battle it out at the front, but there are always going to be some teething problems early on in the season, so whoever can keep on top of their issues will have the advantage today.
As I mentioned earlier, we're up to 11 teams this season, with a new entry run by, well, of all things, an owner-driver. That's something we haven't seen in this sport since Hector Raback over 4 decades ago. So how are they looking so far?
Ever since their participation was announced, there were questions being asked about whether an outfit like this could survive, and certainly it's proving to be a trial by fire so far. Let's hope they can continue to draw an investment and find a little more pace as well.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Vettel, Max Verstappen and Albon, Ricciardo, Sainz, Ocon and Lando Norris, Kvyat, Perez, Lance Stroll and Gasly, Grosjean, Giovinazzi, Kevin Magnussen and Kimi Raikkonen, Carter, Boccolacci, Russell and Nicholas Latifi. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
All right. Let's see what the boys cooked up for the strategy. So we're starting off on softs and then going to the medium tire. Looks like there's not too much time to be gained. Switching these around. Kind of just want to be on whatever tire people around me are. We're going to lighten up the fuel load to try to be a little lighter at the beginning and then save some fuel at the end. I am on 25% distance, so if you guys like to see that up to 50 in part 2, you have to let me know, or at least later in the series I can definitely do that. I just definitely wanted to put this one on 25 because I know this is going to kind of be a longer episode since the beginning and all, setting up the whole team and everything. But let's do this formation lap. So on the formation lap, we're just going to be looking to warm up our tires and do a practice start here.
Okay, our system checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tires and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of the lap.
So I pulled up our tire temps on the lower right-hand side. Just going to be looking to warm them up on this formation lap. Warm up the brakes as well. Five red lights are out, and away we go for the first race of the season. I got a pretty good runoff actually. I'm just gonna try to be defensive right here, try to be cautious. I don't want to ruin my day off of turn 1. Picked up about 2 spaces. Teammates still behind. I sent the big dive bomb down into turn 3. Yellow flag. I think I'm colliding with Giovinazzi, and we're going 3 wide for some reason.
Well done, mate. Nice start.
Me and Pierre had the same idea and I accidentally turned into him. And we'll get a warning for that one. Ran wide into turn 1. We got pressure by Pierre. I'm going to try to protect the inside as he kind of flirts with the dive bomb right there. I ended up keeping the position.
E10's a lap.
So we're creating some space from Pierre Gasly and gaining time on the cars in front. So not too bad at the moment. Just trying to harvest more power and save some fuel as we're kind of like settling into P14 at the moment. So it looks like some of the leaders have started pitting, and we are pitting this lap. So on this end lap, I'm really just going to try to push, see if we can just trying to make as much time up as possible as we're pitting this lap. So up to P9 because the leaders have already gone in to change tires. Alright, we'll be boxing this lap and putting on the medium tires. See if we can get or make up some positions in the pit lane. Got to brake, don't want to speed. See if the boys at Carter Racing can get us done. 2.7.
Racing as you leave the pits.
Oh no, that's horrible.
That was our
Put
last
limiter
stop.
off. Let's
No
get back
more
in.
scheduled pit stops.
That's a terrible pit exit. Back into overtake
Fuel
mode.
is
Turn the
marginal.
engine out.
We're going to have to go very easy to recover enough to see the race out.
Just trying to put as much heat into the tires as possible because they don't have a lot of grip right now just because they're not up to temperature.
Dorian is coming in for his stop.
So coming out of the pits, the cars up in front of us are going really slow. See if I can make some time up while they're battling it out. Late on the brakes. We have actually an opportunity for the points here.
The car behind you has just fitted the hard tyres. Car behind, running hards.
Tried to go late on the brakes, but there just wasn't enough room. 2 laps to go. We're still in the same position, P14 at the moment. Just trying to do anything I can to close the gap on Kvyat to try to make a move in one of these turns, or make a move, start finish straight, or any of the DRS zones. Really, I've just never been in the position to pass. The dirty air, especially right here, is just killing me. I get terrible edges off the corners. Out the outside, I leave Daniel Kvyat enough room. He still turns into me, and I make the move.
Nice move.
Let's watch the replay right here. Thought I gave him enough room. He's just struggling. There's contact right there, and yeah, I kind of dumped him. Not a way you really want to gain a position, but there's nothing I can do now. Sorry to ruin Kvyat's day there. But like I said, nothing can be done now. Just got to put my head down and see if I can gain any more places. Lewis Hamilton ends up winning the race, and I'm just not in position to make any moves. So it's going to be P13 for us today.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
Yeah, there we go. Driver of the day.
A great race then, and a fantastic victory here at Albert Park. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
We hope to be up there one day. As for now, we're going to have to settle for just trying to make it into the points. Kind of felt bad. I dumped Kvyat right there. You just want to be able to overtake somebody cleanly and overtake them because you're faster than them, because you're a better race car driver. But we'll live with it. I'm honestly impressed the way we did what we did. And I think that's just going to about do it for today's episode. If anybody's made it this far, I really appreciate it. Made it this far into the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, turn post notifications on to never miss a video. And I'll just keep pumping these out for you guys. I had a lot of fun making this one. Don't see why that would change. So I'm just going to keep making videos. See you guys for part 2.